According to the Canadian Paraplegic Association of Ontario, 84% of people diagnosed with a spinal cord injury are under the age of 34, making the services and support programs this organization provides critical to their survival. And today, we're coming to you from the Rock and Roll Fun Spiel event here at Roseland Curling Club. Can you let me know what you're hoping to accomplish in the environment you're hoping to foster during this event today?
Well, the Canadian Paraplegic Association has been fundraising in this community for over 5 years, and this is a new event. It's in its second year, and what we hope to accomplish is to, one, have a fun event where people can come out and try something new, because not many people would come out and try curling on their own. So it's a fun event for people to try and support others in their community at the same time.
And the money that's raised today, could you just give me a general idea of where that money will be allocated towards?
The money raised today will go to support people with spinal cord injury and other physical disabilities in the Windsor and Essex county areas. As you can see from behind me, they are having a really great time, and that's really what we want people to, come out and do. But at the same time, we want to raise awareness about our organization and that we are in the community and we're doing great work in the community. And so we do take time during the lunch especially to make sure that people understand and remember why they're here. This event's in its second year, and really what we'd like to do is grow this event. It's been a great couple of years, but we're always looking for new sponsors and new people to come out and participate in our events. We also hold a signature wheelchair relay event in September, and again, we want to promote that event and get people out to support our organization and the people that we help in the community.
Joining me now, it's Taras Ladishak, the MVP for Essex. Taras, nice to see you this morning, and thank you for joining us.
So good to see you too, Kevin. Thanks.
And could you just tell me why it's important for you personally to participate in an event like this?
Well, certainly it's important for me to play a part in any initiative that helps folks in our community with disabilities, but specifically, my brother, Eddie, who lives in British Columbia, was injured about 6 years ago in a mountain biking accident and became a quadriplegic subsequently after that injury. So I'm sort of intimately aware of the challenges that folks with spinal cord injuries have, and it's sort of become one of the initiatives that I've really tried to lend my voice to and lend my support to. So something I'm pleased to be a part of today.
And can you tell me, with that personal connection you have, what you're hoping that people watching this and participating in today's event get out of it?
Well, I guess, after my brother's injury and him being in British Columbia, our family being in Ontario, it was important for us to know that he had the appropriate support mechanisms in BC to provide that aid that he required post-injury. And we knew that the Canadian Paraplegic Association was there. They offered support, guidance, connection with different organizations that allowed him to live independently and to receive the adequate support that he required. So I want to play my part in Ontario to make sure that happens, and that's what today is about. It's about raising awareness and making sure that this organization, the Ontario Paraplegic Association, has the adequate resources to provide that support in our community of Essex County.
And finally, can you tell me how important it is to continue to foster an environment of inclusion for people with disabilities?
It's so important, Kevin. I mean, in every aspect of our life, not only education, but employment and just social connection with your community. So an organization like the CPA does that. It bridges that gap between those who have been injured and those who have disabilities to folks that are doing wonderful things in the community that foster that inclusion. So it's so important for my brother Eddie, and it's important for us to know that he has that mechanism to be included. So it's great to be a part of, and it's great to have you here to be a part of it too as well.
Thanks for joining us today, Taras, and best of luck with your curling game out there today.
Yeah, thanks. I'm going to need it, Kev.
I took some time out to get a personal curling lesson, and here's how it went. All right, Sean, could you just tell me a little bit about the history of curling itself and how it got started as a whole?
Curling got started in Scotland centuries ago, and people typically associate curling with golf, because in curling you have a foursome, and in golf you also had a foursome. So they looked at it as something that their group could still do in the winter. And they usually actually started it on lakes where they would play it when the ice was frozen. And it was a whole unique process which has been developed into a technical process with making the rocks and everything the way we see it today. Curling, we usually take place with a four-person team. One person was to be calling the shot, that would be your skip. You would have your sweepers, which could be your lead, second, or third. You'll have one person throwing, who would be using the hack, which is situated right behind me right now. You would kick out of it, you would be sliding on your foot, you'd be holding the rock in your hand with your broom in the other hand for balance, and you would release the rock with a rotation on it, which then would in turn curl towards its intended target, which would be the rings at the other end of the ice. And you want to be the closest to the center to score the most point.
And could you tell me how teaching curling is different for an able-bodied person versus someone like me in a wheelchair?
It's not actually too different. The major difference is that there's no sweeping involved with wheelchair curling, but you still push the same rock. You can use your hand, or you can also use a stick, which is located behind me there. With the stick, you just push out, and someone will hold on to the wheelchair to make sure that there's a kickback is received from when you push with all your strength there to get the rock down to the other end. You apply a curl just like everyone else. The only major difference is that there's no sweepers, and it has to be thrown before the hog line, just like any other player.
Could you tell me how proud you are to teach people how to play a Canadian pastime?
Oh, I absolutely love it. This is a passion of mine. I enjoy being out here every single day, and there's a certain smell down here, the temperature down here, everything about this place I love, and I hope everyone loves it as much as I do, and I teach it to anybody anytime.
For the Canadian Paraplegic Association, they've got your back, and you have your future. From the Roseland Curling Club, I'm Kevin McShan for CFTV.